Nico Schlotterbeck is being consistently linked with a move to Liverpool in the upcoming summer transfer window, and rightfully so. The 25-year-old German international has established himself as one of the top defensive players in Europe this season at Borussia Dortmund, but maybe not for the reasons you'd think. And today we're going to go beyond the carpet and look at whether or not Liverpool should sign Nico Schlotterbeck. Now, with Liverpool's uncertainty in the back line, to say the least at the moment, it makes sense for the club to look elsewhere. Van Dijk and Trent might be leaving, Konate is being linked with a move back to France, and Gomez and Quansah aren't perhaps slot-style players, with the Dutchman wanting defenders, or in particular centre-backs, who are good on the ball and capable of maintaining possession under pressure during the first phase of attack. Van Dijk and Konate have mastered this art, but Gomez and Quansah haven't quite got there yet, and in Gomez's case, he probably never will. Why am I telling you all this? Well, it's because Schlotterbeck has shown this season that he is more than capable of playing this style of football and would be a great fit. So per 90 minutes, Schlotterbeck is averaging 96.34 passes per 90, which is in the top 5% of Bundesliga centre-backs, and of those 96.34, 86.7 of them are successful, which is also in the top 5% for this metric. Now, to compare that to Virgil van Dijk, the Liverpool captain averages just 78.21 attempted passes, with 71.79 of them being successful, which does give him a higher success rate of 91.8%, but is almost 20 passes less per 90 minutes. Now, one thing that Van Dijk is known for is his long diagonal balls out to Mo Salah, which beats the team's press and moves the ball forward, for which he attempts 8.31 per 90. Now compare that to Schlotterbeck, and the Reds captain actually attempts less long balls, with the German attempting 12.19 per 90 and managing a higher success rate on 68.4% compared to Van Dijk's 66%, which bodes well for the Dortmund defenders' chances in Liverpool's system. Schlotterbeck also completes more short and medium passes per 90 minutes than the Reds captain, and he also averages a higher number of progressive passes per match also, which is a key part of Liverpool's build-up play through the middle, with the centre-backs drawing the opposition attackers and midfielders onto them and playing the ball into the feet of Gravenberch, who gets Liverpool in the attack. For context, Van Dijk averages 4.52 progressive passes per 90, which Schlotterbeck averages 8.59 per 90, almost doubled in the Reds defender, and a good omen for the amount of passes Gravenberch is likely to receive should we sign the Dortmund centre-half in the summer window. Also, as a last note in the passing, Schlotterbeck completes more switches per 90 than Van Dijk also, and while there'll be people saying that I shouldn't be comparing the two, it's simply to demonstrate how impressive Schlotterbeck has been this season and to what quality of a defender he is when you're capable of comparing him to one of the best defenders of the Premier League era in this manner. So we can see that he's capable of being involved in Liverpool's build-up play and is a more than stable passing figure in the back line, ranking in the top 94% of Bundesliga centre-backs for both passes into that final third and passes completed. But what about the centre-back's main responsibility as a player? Their defending. So if we take a look at Schlotterbeck compared to other centre-backs in the Bundesliga, we can see that he's ranking in the top 5% of players for dribblers tackled on 1.3 per 90 and the top 14% of dribblers challenged on 2.1 per 90 also, giving him a success rate of 61.9%. However, as terrific as the defender is on the ball, his other defensive statistics don't bode so well, with him ranking in the bottom 50% of Bundesliga defenders for tackles in the defensive third, blocks, shots blocked, interceptions and clearances, as well as only ranking in the top 57% for overall tackles committed per 90 on just 1.65. And while the argument could be made that this is because Dortmund are one of the better teams in the Bundesliga, meaning they face less attempts at their own goal, this season the club have conceded the 12th most goals in the division of 18 sides. They're also currently 11th in the Bundesliga after losing 11 matches this season and are having what people consider one of their worst seasons of the 2000s. So this means he's been busy. This isn't just his fault, as the entire team have been poor, however, and while his defensive metrics here don't bode particularly well, you can't imagine that Liverpool are going to be required to defend as much as Borussia Dortmund are currently, and this would benefit Schlotterbeck massively, especially when he'll have a capable partner next to him in the form of either Ibrahima Konate or Virgil van Dijk. Now, we just need to quickly talk about his value, because the reported price tag is around 40 million to 50 million pounds, a fee which could easily be paid, especially if we're losing players like Kostas Tsimikas and Darwin Núñez, which is the recent rumours going around the club. And for that price, we'd be bringing in one of the best ball-playing centre-backs in Europe and placing him in a system which could get the best out of him. Considering some of the crazy transfer fees around defenders nowadays, or even football in general, this seems like a steal and fits Liverpool's business model angle perfectly, and I'm all for it. A very tall, physical, quick centre-back, capable of playing on the ball and perfectly partnering up with whoever plays alongside him. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.